My family thought it would be funny to leave me stranded in another state. I always believed that family was the safest place, that no matter what happened, you'd be protected and loved. But that belief was completely shattered during a trip I will never forget. It all started when my family planned a cross-state road trip. I was excited, thinking it would be a chance for us to bond more. But I was wrong. When we stopped at a rest area, I went inside to buy a drink. When I came back out, the car was gone. At first, I thought they were joking and would come back for me in a few minutes. But time passed, and no one returned. I called, I texted, no one answered. Panic set in. I didn't know where I was, had no money, no way to reach anyone, and I was completely alone in an unfamiliar place. Hours later, I finally got a message from my brother. It was just a joke. You okay? I couldn't believe my eyes. They thought abandoning me in a strange place was a joke. From that moment on, I began the journey back home, not just geographically, but emotionally. It became a journey of finding myself again, of facing the betrayal by the very people I once trusted the most. I should have seen the red flags earlier. The way they laughed about spontaneous detours, how they always excluded me from group plans even though I was part of the family. I thought this road trip would be a chance to bond, just me, my siblings, and our cousins, driving from our hometown in Ohio to a big national park in Colorado. I was excited, nervous, but excited. They all piled into the van, loud music playing, snacks flying around, jokes bouncing off the walls. I sat in the back, quiet but smiling, just grateful to be included for once. We stopped at gas stations, posted silly Instagram stories, and even sang along to songs we barely knew. On day 2, something shifted. They started whispering a lot, looking at me and laughing. When I asked what was so funny, my sister just said, "You'll see." I didn't press. I was just happy to be there. We stopped at a diner in Nebraska late that evening. I went to the restroom, and when I came back, they were gone. Gone. Van, luggage, everyone, just gone. At first, I thought they were playing a prank. I waited outside the diner, pacing around, checking my phone for any texts. Nothing. 15 minutes passed, then 30. The sun had fully set. My stomach started to churn, not just from fear, but from betrayal. I called my sister. No answer. My cousin. Voicemail. My brother. Straight to busy. I stood there, in a small town in a state I didn't know, in flip-flops, holding nothing but my phone and a hoodie. That's when the waitress came outside. "You okay, sweetheart?" she asked kindly. I broke down, right there in the parking lot. I told her what happened, my voice cracking, hands shaking. She offered to call the police, but I didn't want to make a scene. I still thought they'd come back. Spoiler alert, they didn't.
The waitress, her name was Linda, took me under her wing that night. She let me crash on the couch in her small apartment above the diner. I'll never forget how she made me a grilled cheese and played reruns of Friends just to make me laugh. The next morning, she drove me to the bus station. I only had $12 in my account and no ID. But Linda? She paid for my bus ride back to Ohio. She didn't know me. She had no reason to help, but she did. That woman saved me, not just physically, but emotionally. I texted my mom during the bus ride. "Why would you let them leave me behind?" Her reply? "It was just a joke. Lighten up." When I got back home, I expected at least some apology. A hug. "Hey, we went too far." Something. But instead, they laughed. "You should have seen your face." My brother chuckled. "You made it back. So, no harm done." My sister said, completely unapologetic. That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a one-time mistake. This was how they viewed me, as the expendable one. The joke. I enrolled in night classes, started studying digital marketing, something I'd always been curious about. I watched YouTube tutorials, read forums, listened to podcasts. I built websites, made mistakes, fixed them, and learned. Slowly, clients started to trickle in. Small businesses, local artists, friends of friends. My first paycheck for a full website? $300. I cried harder than the day I was left behind, because this time, the tears were from pride. I moved out of that tiny apartment and into a studio of my own. I bought a proper desk, a decent chair, and most importantly, I bought peace of mind. No more wondering if I mattered. I was building something from the ashes, something real. 2 years had passed. My business had grown beyond anything I'd imagined. I had a team, an office, clients in different countries. I was no longer surviving. I was thriving. Then, one afternoon, my phone rang. It was my mom. I stared at the screen for a full minute before answering. Her voice was soft, hesitant. "Hi, we saw the article about your company online. We're proud of you." For a moment, I didn't know whether to laugh or scream. Proud. Now, then came the reason for the call. They were having a family reunion, and they wanted me to come. As if nothing had happened. As if they hadn't stranded me, mocked me, ignored me for years. I didn't say yes. I didn't say no. I just hung up. A week later, I decided to go, not to forgive, but to confront. When I walked into that reunion, the room went silent. My brother looked like he'd seen a ghost. My sister muttered something about how different I looked. I sat them down, every single one of them, and I told them how it felt to be left behind like garbage, to beg strangers for help, to sleep on couches and doubt my own worth. I told them about Linda, the woman who showed me more love in one night than they had in my entire life. They apologized, but not because they understood. They apologized because I had succeeded without them, because I had become the one person they never thought I could be. I didn't stay long at the reunion. I shook a few hands, smiled politely, then left. When I got home, my phone buzzed. A message from Linda. Just 3 words. I saw you. She'd seen the article. She knew what I'd built. And just like before, she didn't ask for credit or recognition. She was just proud. Quietly, humbly proud. Today, I surround myself with people who choose me, not people who tolerate me. I've built a team at work that feels more like family than blood ever did. I found a partner who understands the value of empathy, not just success. And to anyone out there who's been left behind, laughed at, or told you're too sensitive, you're not alone. Your pain is real, but so is your strength. Don't let their cruelty define your worth. Let it ignite your rise.